Playhouse.
Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video, and today we're back on my brand new account here, sitting in Arena 4 finally at 1,126 trophies, so just barely sitting in Arena 4. Now I want to share with you guys this fun little deck that I've been using today, this Giant Skeleton Balloon deck. It's very similar to the Giant Balloon strategy, but I'm using the Giant Skeleton for a couple of reasons. First, my Giant is fairly low level, he's only level 4, and that means he dies super fast against level 7 and level 8 opponents, and that leaves my Balloon exposed. And also, the great thing with the Giant Skeleton, he has the added benefit of killing all of the defensive troops with that Giant Bomb, so that's why I'm using him. So I have some pretty crazy replays to share with you guys today, including one epic replay against a level 8 player that honestly I feel like is TV Royale material, but let's go ahead here and take a look. So here we are, guys, facing off against a level 7 as a level 4. Now the deck I'm using here is a little bit different than the one I just showed you. I had the Stabbing Goblins in there instead of the Mini Pekka, but I want to show you guys this replay anyways, just to give you some options in case you didn't want to use the Mini Pekka. Now he's going to drop down a bunch of troops right here, and take a look at how much of value I get out of this Valkyrie, taking out all those Goblins as well as the Archers in the process, so pretty good defense right there, and in the end we didn't take any damage to our tower. Now my opponent has some fairly high level cards, including level 7 commons, so a fairly uphill battle here. Now take a look at this huge elixir advantage I have. Down goes the Giant Skeleton to counter all those Goblins, and hopefully he'll also be able to take out that Bomber, but unfortunately he drops down his Knight in front of his Bomber, and my Giant Skeleton decides to change targets. But it doesn't really matter in the end though, because the Giant Bomb there killing all those troops, and like I said, that's the reason why I switched to the Giant Skeleton over doing the traditional Giant Balloon deck. Just because I found with the Giant, he just died too fast and I had too many counter pushes to worry about, and the Giant Skeleton helps against that. Now I'm going to go ahead here and use the Skeleton Army just to counter all those troops and prevent some damage to my tower. It was really the only play I had to make there because I had the Balloon and the Spear Goblins as well. Now right here, fortunately the Fireball going down there, killing that Bomber, allowing these Skeletons to actually do some pretty decent damage to that tower, bring it all the way down to 1,000 health. And the Skeleton Army is actually fairly strong in the lower arenas. Now right here, defending that Giant pretty well. Now fortunately his Giant is only level 3, so he does die pretty quickly and is fairly evenly matched against my card levels. Now right here, going to take some damage from those Archers, unfortunately. Now even though I only got a couple hits from those Archers, my tower is all the way down to 1,064 health, just because of the huge level difference in this game. Now once again, Skeleton Army on the right hand side, taking out those troops pretty quickly, but unfortunately the Bomber going down to kill them all before I get any damage done to his tower. Now right here, once again, I have a huge elixir advantage. Gonna start setting up another push here on the left-hand lane and just kind of ignore the Bomber on the right-hand side, because I know he's not going to focus his attention on the right-hand lane because my tower on the left is already so low. He's starting to do a slow push with that Giant way in the back, and as you can see, I'm setting up a pretty strong, overwhelming push right here. Now as soon as the tower locks onto my Giant Skeleton, that's when I want to go ahead with the Balloon, and take a look at this. Fireball going down, taking out those Archers, the Balloon making it to the tower, going to give me the 1 crown lead so far in this battle, the Giant Bomb exploding, killing all those defensive troops. Now I'm going to go ahead here and use the Skeleton Army to counter these Giants, sorry. The Skeleton Army is actually a really strong counter to high health troops like the Giant. You just have to make sure that there are no defensive troops with splash damage like my Valkyrie or a Bomber behind that Giant. Now so far, with 15 seconds left, we do have the 1 crown lead, so I don't really have to keep putting the pressure on, but I want to try and go for a 2nd crown or a 3rd crown for my crown chest, but unfortunately we just don't have enough time, so I have to accept the 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead to the next replay here. So here we are, guys, facing up against a level 6 this time, and in this battle here and the next one, I am using the Mini Pekka in the deck here. Now an interesting technique with the Mini Pekka is combining it with the Skeleton Army if you know your opponent doesn't have a splash damage troop in their hand. And right here, my opponent drops down his Valkyrie way in the back on the left hand lane, so I'm going to try and do a push here on the right hand side with my Mini Pekka as well as the Skeleton Army, and take a look at how much damage we do to this tower with this one push, bring it all the way down from 1,000 health, or sorry, from 2,000 health down to 1,000 health, so pretty much half his health gone in one push in the opening moments of this battle. Right here, going to go ahead and use my Spear Goblins to counter those minions, and in the end, we don't actually take any damage to either of our towers, so pretty good lead so far in this battle right here, even though we are down 2 levels in this battle. Now right here, my opponent does have a decent elixir advantage. He drops down his giant way in the back on the left-hand lane, setting up a slow push in the process with the Valkyrie behind it. Now, normally I think you'd want to use the Valkyrie in front of the giant to protect it, but right here, I'm going to go ahead and use the giant skeleton to hopefully shut down any troops he drops down behind the giant. Now I'm also going to go ahead and use the fireball here to kill those archers, but unfortunately we missed a couple of the minions in the process. Down goes the mini Pekka right here, and take a look, the mini Pekka actually does a decent job countering this giant, just because the giant is level 3 versus my level 3 mini Pekka. Now I've been facing a ton of battles where people have like level 6 or even level 7 giants, and a level 3 mini Pekka takes so long to kill those high level troops. Now right here, we did even up the elixir score. We are sitting pretty equal. Gonna go ahead and wait till I get to 10 elixir before I make my next move. I don't really have the greatest hand right here, so I'm gonna play it safe by using my Valkyrie behind my King Tower and see what he does next. He's gonna go ahead and do another slow push with the giant on the left hand lane, so I'm gonna get ready for this defense with the Valkyrie up front, also use some spear goblins in the back. Unfortunately, I don't really want to support that Valkyrie because she's gonna cross over into his side of the arena and get hit by that crown tower, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the giant skeleton here, because once that giant skeleton dies, like I said before, the giant bomb gonna kill all those support troops hopefully, and once again using the skeleton army to counter the giant pretty quickly, and in the end the giant doesn't even get one hit my tower. Right here, mini Pekka going in there, hopefully taking out the musketeer, and the giant bomb killing those stabby goblins. So like I said, the good thing with the giant skeleton is the giant bomb killing all the defensive troops, so you don't really have to worry about the counter pushes as much. Now unfortunately for my opponent right here, he does hit my King Tower with that fireball. Kind of a misplacement on his part. I'm going to start pushing here on the right hand side, just because I know my opponent has an equal level giant, and I will be able to deal with it pretty quickly. Now, if I'm facing somebody that has like a level 7 giant, it's actually really hard for me to take it out without taking some damage to my tower. But right here, our balloon making it away on the right hand side, getting one hit on that tower, bringing it all the way down to 350 health. And at this point in the battle, we are going into overtime, so all I really have to do is cycle to my fireball a couple of times, and I will get the 1 crown victory. Now, interesting thing to note here, if my opponent was an equal level to me, I could just go ahead and fireball right here for the win, or if I was equal level to him, like if I was at level 6, he wouldn't be able to use the fireball technique on me like he's trying to do right now. Giant skeleton going down here, just trying to play it safe, take out all those defensive, or sort of offensive troops. Skeleton army going on the right hand side, hopefully getting some chip damage to that tower. Down goes a fireball, bringing it all the way down to 188 health. Now unfortunately right here, not even one skeleton hits that tower, so I have to cycle once again all the way back to my fireball. There's 121 health left on this tower. Now like I said before, if we were equal levels in this battle, I would already have the 1 crown victory. Spear goblins going on the right hand side, but finally I do get to my fireball once again, giving me the 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead to that last replay, guys. So here we are, guys, facing off against a level 8 opponent, and as you can see right here, dropping the WoW emote. Just really impressed to be facing off against a level 8 here in the Pekka's Playhouse arena, considering I'm only level 4. And just a heads up, guys, throughout this battle, you will see me spam the emotes a little bit, just kind of frustrated facing off such a higher level opponent. Now right here, he's going to go ahead and use his level 3 witch on the left hand lane. I'm going to go ahead and use the giant skeleton, get ready for this defense, but he ends up dropping down the expo on the right hand side, so I'm going to go ahead and use the balloon, which I thought would be a good defense, but in the end he drops the free spell, allowing the expo to do some pretty decent damage to my tower. And take a look at how much damage this one expo does to my tower, bringing it all the way down to pretty much half health with one expo. So pretty crazy, and unfortunately that level 3 witch by herself was able to kill my giant skeleton. Now unfortunately I don't have any defenses in this deck to distract the Hog Rider, and my level 3 Pekka does take too much time to kill it. So in the end, the Hog Rider does take my tower all the way down to 600 health. Now I would recommend you guys using a defensive structure in this deck if you have it. I'm not using any because my defenses are too low level at this point. My cannon is only level 3, which is honestly too low level against level 5 Hog Riders and stuff like that. But if you want to use a defensive structure, I would go ahead and replace the Valkyrie, the Mini Pekka, or the Balloon with a defensive structure, and I would suggest the cannon. Now right here, the giant skeleton as well as the Valkyrie making their way to the tower, doing some pretty decent damage in the process, so I know I'm going to be able to take out that tower on the right hand side and give myself the 1 crown lead. Right here, Balloon going down to hopefully counter the expo. And by the way, no live battle in this video just because I need all my attention to beat these higher level opponents, and I do tend to get distracted doing the commentary in live battles. Balloon making their way to the tower, but unfortunately dying just before it reaches it, not getting any hits off. Now right here the score is tied at 1 crown apiece, but I am facing somebody 4 levels higher, so I'm going to go ahead here and wait till I get to 10 elixir before I make my next move, and then I'm going to try this mini Pekka skeleton army technique. Once again, he's going to go ahead and use his witch there, which unfortunately is just too strong for my troops right there, but he also drops down the free spell, which I don't think was really necessary, so kind of a waste of 4 elixir by him. Now right here, going to go ahead and use the Valkyrie. Kind of misplaced that Valkyrie right there. I should have waited for the Musketeer to cross the bridge and then drop the Valkyrie behind the Musketeer to also attack the Witch. Now right here is coming in once again with that level 5 Hog Rider, but fortunately for me, the Giant Bomb exploding, killing that Witch as well as the Musketeer, but unfortunately a couple of skeletons also made it in there, doing some decent damage to my tower in the process. But right here, take a look at this. He has no elixir left to defend. He's forced to use the free spell to freeze my skeleton army as well as the mini Pekka, but I'm able to do some decent damage to that tower. And right here, the giant skeleton making his way to the tower. He's actually going to be able to finish it off and even up the score to 2 crowns apiece. We are almost in the overtime period here, guys. Take a look at this. He's coming in once again with the level 5 Hog Rider. Gonna go ahead and use my goblins as well as the mini Pekka to hopefully take it out pretty quickly. And right here, I'm gonna start setting up a really strong counter push, because take a look at my opponent's hand. He has no elixir left and no cards left to defend this push that's coming right here. Balloon making its way to the tower, going to do some decent damage. I also have a Valkyrie as well as a mini Pekka and some Spirit Gobs going in there. And take a look at how fast this crown tower goes down, giving me the 3 crown victory over somebody that's 4 levels higher. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.